Yo, what's going on? Guys, this is just like a trading recap for people obviously who didn't get to see my live trade and why I took it. That was an A plus setup because I was only looking for A plus setup. So overnight, we just kind of consolidated. I did initially want to see this low get swept, but then I noticed that ES had already taken that same low and created SMT with it. So I just looked at it as SMT, and I was perfectly fine with us not wanting to drop down lower before we made the move up. Next. I traded after 10 today because there was news at 10, and I also just always highlight midnight opening and 8:30 opening just as points of references. Because if market returns to it, it'll probably go underneath, catch some sort of liquidity, like right here, for example. We went underneath both midnight opening and 8:30 opening, took out this liquidity right here, and then just went right back up. Anyways, on the 1 minute, let's look at this and analyze this trade real quick. So what I basically was doing right here, when this drop down happened at 10 o'clock, this was news, by the way. Initially, I wanted to see displacement of this high, but then I noticed that risk would have been too much, and I just didn't want to get caught up in a messy trade. I know a lot of you guys, or a lot of people that I also know, like some of my friends, also took this long right here. As soon as we inversed, I think we inversed it on the 1 minute on ES. Let me just go on the 1 minute real quick. Oops, I accidentally moved the box. Let me just make sure. On 1 minute, we inversed this. And then we also made a bullish fair value gap. I had friends who entered as soon as fair value was made, so they longed here, shorts stop loss like over here or something. It was a big risk, but it ended up working out to these relative equal highs. What I did, I wanted to wait for a more better setup because that's not my setup at all. I would not take that because that's just not my setup, and I don't know that model that well. So my setup, my perfect A plus setup is look for SMT divergence, and there has to be a liquidity sweep obviously for the SMT to form. So SMT. Then you look for displacement, and then a fair value gap, and you need to have a clear draw. Okay, my clear draw was up, like I was definitely bullish. Okay, so by the way, my draw was that hourly fair value gap. If you look at the hourly right here, we see the hourly fair value gap. This is the first one that's made. Like literally, the rest is just wicks. So if price is going through these wicks, there's nothing stopping it. So price is gonna go for the next thing that will stop it, which is this inefficiency right here, this bearish fair value gap. Does that make sense, guys? I hope that makes sense because that's very, very important too. But anyways, now let's get into the entry itself. I just saw that on ES we had taken out this low right here. On NQ we didn't, so NQ was stronger. And this was also a sweep on internal sweep on ES, by the way. Where is it? Right here. This low right here got swept. The SMT is on the wrong thing. Wait, no. Hold on, I'm having trouble with this shit. Hold on, I'm trying to think what's going on. Okay, right here, on this low right here. This low that we see, 1024 low. 1024 low never got swept. The same low, 1024 low, got swept right here, so we had an internal sweep. Then we have displacement right here. We displaced above this high. I was waiting for a fair value gap. There was no fair value gap here, or I would have entered right here. But unfortunately, there was this tiny little fair value gap right here, but I didn't want that to count. But you could have definitely taken an entry here. Then I waited for even more confirmation. This daily opening gap, the opening daily gap, ODG, as you can see, we went right through it, displaced above it. So that was my very strong confirmation. I waited for a retrace into the fair value gap. I entered. It was a sniper entry, bro. I entered right at the fair value gap, and I was not even in drawdown, bro. I was not in any drawdown whatsoever. Stop loss was at these SMT lows, and take profit was that hourly high that I showed you guys before, which was stop price. And price did end up hitting it around here somewhere, but I got out. I think it hit it like hit it like right here. I got out right here because that's when ES hit that same hourly fair value gap. So, you know, ES and NQ correlate. I just didn't want to get caught up in any sort of mess. So I got out right here at the peak of this move. I made 900 bucks, as you can see. And we're on a live account too. So, yeah, that was the trade for the day, guys. Hope this helped. Peace out. See ya.